Hey,
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good now that I'm chilling with y'all.
Yes, indeed. It is so good to have you here, and it is so good for us to be able to just give you all of your props. You are really super duper talented, and we can't wait for people to see and support you with all of the work that you're doing.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
on. So, where and how did you get your start?
Um, so since I was a kid, I've just always been extremely artistic. That was always my thing. I was very independent as a child too. So as long as I had some dolls or some like a sketchbook or something, I was always working on something. So I would say my inspirations were definitely my mother and my older brother. They were extremely artistic, and that rubbed off on me. And over the years, I just never stopped. I never stopped.
Nice, nice.
So through all of that, who are some of the artists that have inspired you, Jaleel?
Oh, yeah, I have like so many different artists who have contributed to what I've been able to do. So I would say Barkley Hendricks, he's a really dope artist from like the 60s, 70s. I would also say Kahindi Wiley, the work of Fahamu Paku. I love his stuff as well. Faith Ringgold, her work, and she has a book called Tar Beach. I'm a really big fan of her. And every time I go visit like museums and stuff across the country, I always run into at least one Faith Ringgold piece wherever I am. So that's the type of impact that I want to have long term.
You said fake?
Faith, Faith
Faith.
Ringgold.
Okay, I was like, child, you don't want to be bootleg.
No, no. Yeah, her name is
That's
Faith Ringgold.
right
Hey,
on.
Ringo. Okay. Oh
Right
my.
on.
You know what?
So,
Welcome to our show again. Go ahead, Voss.
because really, for real. So, you mentioned that you played with dolls as a child. Was that controversial in your upbringing?
Now you know it was okay.
Come
So my
on.
father, my father, he used to be in like the military and stuff. So this is a man's man. He was one of those stoic black men that didn't say much and was always mad. Okay, so me playing with dolls did not fit into his idea of what his son was supposed to be, and so I had to play with them in secret. And my mother, she would help me like basically hide it. So she would let me know when he was on his way home from work so I can go put him up or put him back in my sister's room. But over time, like eventually, I have this one memory where I guess he became used to it, and he actually took me to the store to go get some Bratz dolls. So I thought that was cool eventually, but by the I would say by the time I got a little older, I felt so much shame associated with playing with dolls that I tried to bury those memories.
Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna dig them up.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just
Right?
kidding.
No, please listen, please no, please no.
No, because that's one of those situations that what doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And it was because you went through some of the hardship, and now little Alvin is talking to you right now. Okay,
mhm,
you're because you went through what you went through with dealing with your dad and feeling less than. Look at your work. Look what it has produced. And it can I don't know if I'll produce it. Can I? There's a picture of Jaleel holding his dolls, and if we could go back to that, I don't know if we could. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at, I mean, just beautiful, and the ethnicity of the dolls.
mhm.
Now,
Hmm.
I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me. Can you
Thank
can you talk about your dolls? Talk about your dolls for a minute and
you.
what they
Yes.
represent.
Yep. So back in about 2017, I no, I believe it was, yeah, I think it was 2017. One day I just woke up and I was like, you know what? Let me try and create my own doll. So I got my sketchbook and I just started like drawing out different body parts for a doll. I didn't know what it was gonna look like, but I just wanted to just try and see what was gonna happen.
Hmm.
From me doing that, I got my first doll. It looks wild now, but because I hadn't perfected everything yet, but um it was a start. And my thought process behind it was, I just want to test it out and see where it goes. And originally, I'm thinking that these dolls would just be like, something that people would have on their shelves or something. Seeing the reactions of little kids, playing with these dolls, but also them being admired as these like highbrow art pieces as well in people's homes, it just gave me so many different ideas. So I began to do these doll making workshops. So I've done 3 so far, and I just love that people have really taken on to my Jalito dolls. That's the name of them, and it's a play on my actual name, so Jaleel. And then I got the nickname Jalito in high school because I was always cussing somebody out. Okay, so yeah, my friends started to call me Jalito. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna figure out a way to brand that one day. And sure enough, here came these dolls, and yeah, it has been the most therapeutic experience because what once what once was so like traumatic and stuff for me, I've been able to create something that's so beautiful. And the beauty of the dolls is that I feel like these could be for little boys or little girls or everybody in between, so they don't have to worry about that same type of shame associated with playing with those dolls. And that shouldn't even be there anyway, like it was growing up, that was just ridiculous.
Well, change the world. And I'm going to switch gears a little bit because something from your bio is leading me to this question. Do you believe that the starving artist trope still exists in 2024?
Absolutely not. Okay. One thing about me, I'm coming for the money. Okay. So I will never be a starving artist. That is something that I feel like that is the assumption. And when an artist shows up as a business person and they're about their money and they're confident in not only themselves, but their work, people get intimidated by that because they're used to artists just accepting anything. Absolutely not. That's not how I operate. And where I see myself going, I'm not about to set the next artist that's coming up behind me up for failure. I'm trying to raise the bar as far as I can get it so that the next person after me can do the same thing and we can just keep elevating. So in order for me to do that, there's a standard that has to be maintained, and I'm here to do that. So
hey, look, I fully appreciate that because you have a new puzzle line. Part of the reason why you're here is to talk about your new puzzle line.
Yep.
And it is getting national attention and is available in outlets like Target and Walmart across the country, as well as online at Amazon. And congratulations. I would love to know how that came about.
Yes. Thank you so much, y'all. Okay, so 2 years ago, I was actually this company. It's like a advertising, artist licensing company. They reached out to me about putting some of my artwork on some puzzles, and I'm like, puzzles? What? I never even saw that as a thing. And in these past 2 years, I've seen how big the puzzle industry is. So many people tag me in their completed pieces. There's been so many people that have just discovered me from this puzzle line. And to know that my pieces are now being sold in these stores is just like, it is unreal. And so I went to Target last week because I had been told that they had my puzzles there. And I went to go check, and sure enough, they were right there. And I could not, to see my stuff in stores. That's a different type of brag, okay? Right. And I try to be fake humble, but no, we gotta boost this up because I need these sales to go up so I can get my residuals, okay?
Most definitely, and so you can take me out because Valentine's Day is coming.
Period. Right, I got you.
Well, can you? Go ahead, sorry, Alvin. I just want to go because your puzzles have great names, like "Grip Your Hips and Move."
You know the song.
Hey, when I read this initially, I had to do the dance.
Yeah.
Got to Give It Up, another great song.
Yep.
And then you have Seco. So where did these names come from? What do they mean to you?
Well, so the third one is Just a Touch. It's Just a Touch. Now, Seco is the company that released the puzzles,
Okay.
and I am a now my father. He was like a big fan of like '70s funk music and stuff. So I just grew up hearing those songs growing up, and they've always stuck with me. So when I was making the series that those pieces were a part of, it's called my Feel That Funk series. I was naming a lot of the pieces from some of my favorite songs,
Right.
and those were like the three that those are my I would say those are my most popular pieces from that series.
Quick question: would you be willing to give away a puzzle to?
So I don't have a puzzle like I don't have any of the puzzles on hand at the moment, and they only have one at the store that I'm currently at. But we can definitely set that up.
Fantastic. When we have that set up, we'll let people know. We'll play a clip of this so people remember you. But we would love to give one away to a lucky viewer because people are loving you in our comment section. If you
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And I know Sean is in the store. If he's still on here, Sean, I know you're going to get a puzzle. He's our puzzle person on the show, and I know he just does puzzles. But look, we got a few minutes before we let you go. Jaleel, can you tell us what you have coming up?
Oh, I have so much coming up. So I was just made the coordinator of this new initiative here in Syracuse, New York, where I'm from, titled Project Out Loud. And with this project I'm going to be coming up with a series of different events to amplify and raise awareness about the queer community here in Syracuse. So one of the programs that I'm going to be doing leads into my In Secrecy exhibit that's going to be coming up at the end of the year. And with this is like my new body of work, and it all came about because I was thinking about the life of my elder cousin Terry Robinson. He was somebody that was a powerhouse, and right, Alvin, you know him, and
I know him.
that's how you and I became connected. Is from Terry. So I want to just pay tribute to him and his legacy, being this Black gay man, not being able to acknowledge his full self throughout a majority of his life. Now I'm here to help tell his story and to shine that light that he deserved while he was alive.